Good morning. So let's continue our discussion on income from profession. Yesterday, last class, we did a couple of questions on income from profession pertaining to lawyer and advocate. And in today's class, we will wind up this chapter by doing a few questions on chartered accountant. So as I mentioned, the logic, the concept will remain uh, as it is. It is just that the profession changes. So we have done one question on mercantile system, and you people are familiar with the differences between a cash system and a mercantile system. So perhaps you can do this on your own also, but anyways, let me quickly go through the question once. So here in case of mercantile system, you will be given an income and expenditure account instead of a cash book. So that's one of the reason uh, how we figure out whether it's a mercantile system or a cash book. So first difference is that you have income and expense account instead of a cash book, and of course there are other differences which we have already discussed and figured it out. So let's identify all the professional incomes first. So for a chartered accountant, audit fee, financial consultation, accounting work, tax filing work, gifts from clients, tax consultation fee, all these are professional incomes. Profit from sale of an asset is taxable under the head capital gains, so we don't take this. Gift from father-in-law is again a personal gift, so this is nothing to do with profession. Appellate tribunal appearance is a professional income. Appellate tribunal is like a mini court within the income tax department, and chartered accountant is empowered to represent his client. On behalf of his client, he can appear in the court. So therefore, for which the chartered accountant charges a fees, which is the appellate tribunal appearance fees. So this is also an income from profession. Examiner's fee from the university. So chartered accountants are permitted, and most likely they're the ones who value the answer scripts of all the CA students, aspiring CA students who write their various levels of CA exams. So when they correct this, they get paid from the CA Institute. So that will also be considered as income from profession. Similarly, chartered accountants can also be invited by various universities and colleges to correct the papers of students. So if they do so, that is also income from profession. Share of income from Hindu undivided family is nothing to do with profession. Further, it is also an exempted income. So we will not take this. Now let's quickly move on to the expenses. You have office expense, employee salary, stipend to trainees. So these are the students who do the articleship in under the CA who get a minimal amount or a nominal amount paid up. So that is an expense for the CA, stipend paid to trainees. So that is also a professional expense. Personal expenses, nothing to do with profession. Office rent, as per adjustment number 2, he operates in his own building. So in case if he's operating in his own building, then why is he paying rent to himself? So this is inadmissible. Traveling expenses, 20% of the traveling expenses pertaining to personal use. So we can deduct traveling expenses, but only to an extent of professional use, which as per the adjustment is about 80%. Income tax is a direct tax, so not allowed. Car expenses, half of the car is used for profession. So expense is also allowed only to an extent of half. CA institute fee allowed. Books annual. You'll see there is no adjustment in the question, but you should remember that on books you should charge 40% depreciation. Next, interest on loan. And as per adjustment number 1, loan was taken for construction of house. So therefore expenses is interest on loan would not be allowed. Donation to National Defense Fund, again non-professional, so nothing to do with profession, so inadmissible. Subscription to professional journals allowed. So these are the expenses. So please write, all of you, the opening statement: computation of income from profession of Mr. Chowdhury for assessment year 2021. If you have any questions on illustration 6, please go ahead. So let's have a look at the next question now. So let's identify the incomes first, and here the SSE has submitted receipts and payments account. So this is a cash book. So first we have to identify all the professional incomes. So audit fee and tax consultation fee is obviously a professional income. Project report fee is also a professional income. Project report, probably a startup when they want to present their business proposal to venture capitalists, they have to take the feasibility study, and chartered accountants advice is also required in the financial matters, for which obviously the financial or the chartered accountant charges a fee for reviewing the project report. So this is also professional income. Accounting software charges. Software is not developed by a chartered accountant. It is done by the software engineers. But whenever software engineers prepare any kind of banking software, any kind of accounting software, they do not have the knowledge of the domain. So they don't know what is accounting. So therefore they need the help of chartered accountants to help them prepare the software and therefore here the software is being prepared with the help of chartered accountant for which he has got paid 50,000. So this is also a professional income. Guest lecture fees from CA Institute is also professional income, right? So just remember here that guest lecture fees does not mean that he is an employee of CA Institute. It does not mean that he is working there. But instead of the word fee, salary, if salary would have mentioned, if the word salary would have been used, then we would not have taken this because salary is taxable under the head, separate head, salary, right? So since the word guest lecture fee is used, so fee can be for a one-time lecture or maybe a few guest lectures. So therefore this is income from profession. However, in case if the word salary used, we will not take this under the head profession. Bank interest is also professional income, and loan is required for various purposes of profession. So this is also professional income, and there is no adjustment which states that why the loan was taken. So in the absence of information, we assume that the loan was taken for profession, and hence interest on loan will be considered as a professional expense. So this chartered accountant is also a member of the reforms commission, tax reform commission, which is generally set up by the parliament to give advice to the government on tax issues. So this is also no doubt a professional income. Now moving on to expenses, salary, stipend, office rent. In the previous question, the reason why we did not take office rent is because the chartered accountant was operating in his own office. But here there's no such adjustment, so this office rent is allowed. Software development expenses is also professional expense because here it says accounting software charges is 50,000. So in order to earn this 50,000, he has to spend 10,000 rupees. So this is also professional income. Office expense, again professional. Books, as you people know, whether it is annual or non-annual does not matter. You guys have to charge 40% depreciation. Same case for non-annual books also. Earlier for the previous batches, the rates were different for annual and non-annual, but for your batch, the rate is same. So 40% depreciation needs to be charged here. Now, car expense. Car expense, 3/4 of the car is used for uh, personal purpose. So if you remove the 3/4 from one, the remaining 1/4 will become for profession. So only 1/4 of the expenses pertaining to car would be allowed. CA Institute fee is also professional income. Contribution to public provident fund is a personal investment. So this is not a professional expense. If you are contributing towards a PF of your employees, an employee's PF is known as RPF, recognized provident fund. That is allowed, but public provident fund is a personal investment. So only SSC is contributing for himself. So this is a personal expense. This is not allowed. Now here also it is mentioned that the SSC is operating in his own building. So I didn't see that. So here also office rent will not be allowed. Then we have accounted for this adjustment. So in addition to these expenses, you have to also record another two expenses. One is depreciation on car, 10,000, and the other one is depreciation on office furniture, 7,000. Okay, so quickly write the solution, all of you.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Sir,
Go on.
sir, you said we'll take bank interest under professional income, but you've not taken.
Let me check. Yes, we have to take interest on bank or bank interest. So please add that bank interest also to the list. What is the amount?
So it's an income. Bank interest is an income. 25,000.
Oh, bank. No, bank interest can't be taken. If it is a bank in low interest on bank loan, it has to be taken. Bank interest is an income, and that income is taxable under the head other sources. So any income what you earn in the form of interest, in the form of dividend, is taxable under the head other sources. So I think probably I would have got confused it as expense. So it's not an
Okay.
expense as per this question, as you mentioned, it's an income. So bank interest received definitely is not a professional income. In case if bank interest is paid on loan taken, then yes, interest on loan taken is allowed as an expense. So what we have here is the correct one.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, car expense is 3/4, no, sir.
that is used for personal. 3/4 is for personal. So remaining 1/4 is professional. As per the
Okay,
question,
okay, sir.
3/4 of the car expense is personal use.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.